Pat McGrath just dropped the Petalmorphosis palette. Rich duochromes, bold color story with a luxury price tag. This palette looks strikingly similar to the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette, and this launched over a year ago. So, did an indie brand do it first? Is this a dupe or something more? Let's investigate. First, let's talk dates. The What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette launched on November 17th, 2023, while Pat McGrath's Petalmorphosis palette was released on March 20th this year. Now, I'm going to be honest, I do not own the Petalmorphosis palette, simply because this palette retails for $128 US. So with that in mind, let's have a look at the color stories. Both palettes feature bold greens, beautiful purples, and duochrome shades. So if we just pull up some of the swatches from the Pat McGrath and What's Up Beauty palettes, they do look very similar. There's only a few shades that are slightly different, however the color story overall is very similar. Even on video from different people using both the palettes, these look strikingly identical. I will say Pat McGrath's shimmers do look a little bit more intense, but also the What's Up Beauty ones, when swatched as well, do have that really reflective duochrome look to them. I am wearing some shimmers from the Dragon Eye palette, and they are also very reflective when worn. So although I can't speak on the formula of the Pat McGrath palette itself, it's safe to say that the swatches are looking a little suspicious. When the Pat McGrath palette first came out, a lot of people on Trendmood were not too happy. A couple of people said it's pretty, but why should I want it? Or that it looks way too similar to their other launches. I did also notice too that someone did point out that this reminded them of the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. And interestingly enough, What's Up Beauty and Elena Monson, who is the CEO of What's Up Beauty, actually commented mind-blowing emojis on the post. So it definitely does seem that What's Up Beauty is very aware of this. Now, Pat McGrath's palette comes in at a whopping $128 US. The packaging gives off a signature high-end feel, but that is a serious splurge for an eyeshadow palette. Now, on the other hand, the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette retails for $45 US, and I have to say, the packaging on this one is still really pretty, and you do get a nice sized mirror inside. The shades in the Dragon Eye palette I would describe as easy to blend, pigmented, and very buttery, and those shimmer shades are super reflective. So I think it's time that I show you guys how the Dragon Eye palette actually performs. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I created this gorgeous purple eye look using the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. So I've gone ahead and prepped my base with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 1. On a Sigma E42 brush, I'm going to take the shade Smoke, and I'm just going to blend that shade through my crease and outer edge. Next, on a Sigma E33 brush, I'm going to take the shade Powerful, and I'm going to use that to diffuse the edge of that brown shade. Next, on a Sigma E38 brush, I'm going to take the shade Spikes, and I'm going to use that shade to smoke that purple eyeshadow out. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and built those colours up a little bit more, and now I think I'm going to do a half cut crease. So I'm just taking some makeup remover on a Q-tip and carving out the crease. And to actually carve out the crease, I'm going to take my P. Louise paint in the shade Blank Canvas. Okay, crease has been cut. Now we're going to go in with some of these gorgeous shimmer shades. On my finger, I'm going to go with the shade Magic, and I'm just going to place that on the outer half of the lid. Next, I'm going to take the shade Monster, and I'm going to place that next to that Magic shade. And on a Morphe M321 brush, I'm going to take the shade Fly, and I'm going to place that right in the inner corner. I'm going to pick up the shade Smoke, and I'm just going to place that under my lower lash line. Next, I'm going to pick up the shade Powerful, and I'm going to use that to smoke the lower lash line out. Then I'm going to pick up the shade Spikes, and I'm going to use that as the transition shade on the lower lash line. And lastly, I'm going to pick up some more of that shade Fly, and I'm just going to place that right in the inner corner. In the waterline, I'm going to go in with this Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Actin' Up. And next, I'm going to go in with this liquid eyeliner pen from Beauty Bay. And I'm just going to do some small winged liner. Here's the final look with mascara and lashes. As you can see, the matte eyeshadows blend like a dream, and the duochromes give off a very shimmery vibe, just like the Pat McGrath Metamorphosis ones. So, is it a dupe? Honestly, yes, in terms of the shade selection and the overall vibe. I would definitely say that the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette is a dupe for the Pat McGrath Petalmorphosis palette. I think this is a great alternative if you don't want to spend $128 US. It's not exactly cheap for an eyeshadow palette. However, if you're a Pat McGrath fan or obsessed with the unique formulas, then you may prefer the original. Now, while there is over a year between these two products launching, makeup products do take a long time to develop from concept to final product. Either way, it's hard to ignore that What's Up Beauty did it first, and for that they deserve more recognition. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this is a dupe, a coincidence, or something more. Would you splurge on the $128 palette or save on this $45 palette? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps push my channel out to new potential viewers. And if you're not yet already subscribed and you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. And of course, if you want to see any other looks that I don't create here, check out my Instagram at makeupwithalex. All my social medias are linked down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!